Paradise Lost. The illusion of equality. In North Korea, the concept of equality is often touted as a cornerstone of their society. North Korea is very secretive and often says it's a perfect socialist country. The government claims that everyone is treated equally and that the nation is a utopia for all its citizens. Propaganda posters show smiling women looking like equal partners in building the nation. These images are designed to project an image of harmony and shared purpose, but the real story is much darker. Behind the facade of these cheerful images lies a reality that is far from equal. Behind this fake equality, women face a lot of discrimination, violence, and very few opportunities. They are often marginalized and their contributions undervalued. North Korea's constitution says everyone has equal rights, but that's not what really happens. The laws on paper do not reflect the harsh realities of daily life. Women are often seen as less important, expected to be obedient wives and mothers above all else. Their roles are largely confined to the domestic sphere. Their lives are strictly controlled, their choices are limited, and they often can't speak up. The societal expectations and government restrictions leave them with little room for personal freedom. The government-controlled media shows women as important for the country's progress, but their real lives are very different. The portrayal in the media is a stark contrast to their lived experiences. They have to do all the housework and also work outside the home, often in very difficult and low-paying jobs. The burden of balancing domestic duties and laborious work takes a heavy toll on their well-being. The shadow pandemic, violence and exploitation. Besides the economic problems, something even worse affects the lives of North Korean women: the constant threat of sexual violence. This issue is pervasive and deeply rooted in the fabric of their society. This hidden problem is everywhere, made worse by a culture where no one is punished and everyone stays silent. The silence is deafening and the fear is palpable. Women in North Korea are very vulnerable to sexual exploitation and abuse. They live in constant fear, knowing that their cries for help will likely go unheard. This abuse can come from anyone, including people in positions of power. Those who should protect them are often the ones causing the most harm. Because North Korean society is very male-dominated, this kind of behavior is often seen as normal, and victims have nowhere to go for help or justice. The societal norms perpetuate this cycle of abuse. Because North Korea is so secretive and no one is allowed to check on what's happening, it's hard to know how big the problem really is. The lack of transparency makes it nearly impossible to address these issues. But stories from women who have escaped paint a terrible picture of a system where women are often treated like objects and powerful people can do whatever they want. These harrowing tales reveal the true extent of the suffering endured by many. Empty promises, legal rights and harsh realities. Officially, North Korea has many laws to protect women's rights, including laws about marriage, divorce and owning property. But these laws are not followed. There are no real courts and everyone is afraid of the government, so women can't get justice or challenge the system. The legal system, instead of protecting women, actually helps keep things the way they are and silences anyone who complains. Many women don't even know about these laws. The government controls all information, so many women have no idea about the rights they are supposed to have. Between a rock and a hard place, economic struggles and exploitation. The economic situation for women in North Korea is very bad. They face numerous challenges daily, struggling to make ends meet in a country where resources are scarce and opportunities are limited. Because the country is so poor, women are often forced to take risky and low-paying jobs. These jobs are not only physically demanding, but also come with little to no job security or benefits. They are the main providers for their families, often doing small businesses or hard labor to earn extra money. This responsibility weighs heavily on them as they strive to provide for their loved ones. When the government's food distribution system collapsed in the 1990s, many women had to start these small businesses. This was a desperate measure to ensure their families did not starve. This created a new group of female entrepreneurs, but it also made them vulnerable to exploitation. They often face harassment and extortion from authorities and local officials. Even though women contribute a lot to the economy, they are often not given chances to advance or get equal pay. Their hard work is frequently overlooked and their contributions undervalued. They face discrimination when applying for jobs and promotions, making it even harder for them to improve their economic situation. This systemic inequality keeps them trapped in a cycle of poverty and hardship. Seeds of hope, resilience and the potential for change. Even though things are so difficult, North Korean women are strong. Stories of courage and quiet resistance show that there is still hope for a better future. Some women find ways to work within the system, using their skills in the informal economy to improve their lives and the lives of their families. Others risk everything to escape, taking dangerous journeys to find freedom and opportunity. The rest of the world can also help North Korean women. By telling their stories, fighting for their rights and providing aid, we can help create a fairer future for all North Koreans. The road ahead may be long and hard, but the seeds of change are being planted by the strong spirit of North Korean women.